In California, if you're going to go through a divorce, need to have certain considerations that you need to think about, which is how are you going to afford the divorce? So, how are you going to pay the legal fees? At some point, we may be able to go after the other spouse for attorney's fees, but in the beginning, that's generally on you to determine how are you going to pay for the legal fees involved for a divorce. The next thing is how are you going to cover things like the mortgage and your living expenses, especially if the other spouse has moved out and you're living in the home or apartment that you were living in together. How are you going to cover those expenses? How are things like taxes dealt with? Are you going to file jointly or are you going to file separately at that point? That's a consideration that has to be done. These are things that need to be considered by you, and then you really need to talk to an attorney to determine how you're going to deal with these things. Do you need orders in place right from the get-go to address these things so that you can make it through the initial part of your divorce and you can make it through to the end and get your case done without basically going to financial debt and financial ruin?